Oh, that was good.
Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah, refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah, refuse.
All right, welcome to Refuse to Lose, the weekly special. And it's exciting today because we're going to kick it off for the live show, the NBA topics. All right, but before we do that, shout out to Lambo Anlo for doing that introduction. Every single time I hear the introduction, I get hyped. I feel like I'm in a pregame, all right, for a football or NBA game. Also, shout out to my brother, Randy, a.k.a. Erhan. He did an instrumental for the countdown y'all saw when you first came on. And shout out to everybody that's on right now that came on early to listen in. We appreciate you guys. Use that comment section. We can see all the comments you guys put down. Communicate with us. We'll talk to you guys back as we go through the show. And last but not least, just follow the ticker on the bottom. You see, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. All right, Joe Never Lose. Also on Facebook, Refuse to Lose with Joe Jordan. And like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. So look, we got three great men with us. That's not no strangers to the show. We had this group on before, all right, on the non-live show. This is the first one we did live together. We got Elijah with us. How you doing, Elijah?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. How you?
I'm great. I'm great. By the way, Elijah's in Rhode Island with me, so he's representing the New England area. All right. We also got my brother Jamo. How you doing, Jamo?
What's going on, bro? It's a pleasure to be on. Let's get to it.
All right. And last but not least, suited and booted, ready to go. We got my man Dev. How you doing, Dev?
What's up, fellas? I appreciate everybody being on here, ready to debate. I'm ready to come with it with my fellas, so let's get it.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, so we're going to kick things off, y'all. We're going to kick things off. Like I said, this is an NBA topic week. And listen, like as we were preparing for the show, they came out with the All-Star reserves. And, we had snubs in the reserves and stuff like that. But we're not going to focus on reserves today. We're only going to talk about the starters. All right? So our first topic is going to be about the starters. And the first person going to kick us off is the one and only that's student booted, my man Dev. All right? So, Devin, you're going to kick us off. We're going to start off. Give me your All-Star starters snubs.
So my All-Star starter snubs. Okay. So I have two. One of these people, well, I'm going to start off with the first one who actually made it. So my first All-Star starter snub will be Darius Garland. I really feel like the season he's put up, he should deserve to be a starter over Trae Young. I really do. Now, I know Trae Young, he has his numbers and things of that nature. But far as with the Cavaliers, Darius Garland has this team in the playoffs, and it's not just him by himself. He got a good young core, but he is the driving force. I really believe that he deserved to be a starter this year. My second person didn't even make the All-Star reserve, the team, nothing. LaMelo Ball. Now, number-wise, if you look at LaMelo Ball, not even just numbers, if you look to see what he's been doing, he got the horn there. I believe they're in the fourth or fifth spot right now. Like, they just been balling. He's been balling. Like, I'm so shocked that he didn't even make the All-Star game at all. So those are my two starter snubs, and I would put them both in for Trae Young spot. Everybody else I'm really fine with. And Kevin Durant, they're going to input somebody in this spot, so it's going to be good to see who they do it. But it most likely will be a forward. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be Jason Tatum. So now I wouldn't mind going to a small guard combo of Trae Young and Darius Garland, but just how logistics and things go, the nature for the All-Star game, I'm sure it's going to be a forward. But I'm glad to see what's going to happen with it.
That's cool.
All right, it's on you, Elijah.
I mean, I agree. I felt, at least LaMelo should have been a reserve. Garland's been hooping, but I don't know if there's so much or too much wiggle room in terms of the starters for the East, because a lot of players have kind of been having underwhelming seasons, right? My one pick, though, from the Chicago Bulls, who I felt was hooping alongside DeMar DeRozan, who's been having a crazy season, right? Is Zach LaVine. Yep. I felt Zach LaVine could have been up there as well, right? Now, I'm glad they gave the starting spot to DeMar, right? But I don't want to, not acknowledge what Trae's been doing, but Chicago was the number one seed in the East last week, right? Atlanta's what, like 10th? Not even? So,
not even.
Yeah, no, Atlanta's 10th. Chicago is 1 now with 32 wins and 18 losses. So I feel like you got to give it to LaVine, but you also have to understand how the All-Star voting works. It's about what the fans want to see. The coaches have a vote and things of that nature. So it's politics, right? But you got to give that to LaVine, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, I agree with the LaVine take. Me personally, Devin, I would have Garland and LaMelo Ball both as reserves. But I agree. I think LaVine should have been starting alongside DeRozan. Their numbers are pretty much identical across the board. Maybe like the last couple of weeks, DeRozan might have been putting up more points per game, but most of the season, their numbers have been identical, literally across the board. DeRozan hit a 3 or 4 game winner, so I guess that gave him the nod over LaVine. But their numbers are identical across the board. They got the best record in the East, so I don't see how you don't start both of them. The only problem I had at first, I didn't know if they were going to put DeRozan at guard or at forward. But when the first fan vote came out and both of them was at guard, I'm like, oh yeah, there's no way both of those guys are going to be out the starting lineup. If you put one in, you got to put the other in. They got the same exact numbers. So I agree with that East starters. But the West, I feel like Karl Anthony Towns could have went in there over Andrew Wiggins. My thing is, I don't know the criteria for All-Star game. They need to make their mind up across the board. Because at one moment, they put DeRozan in the start, but don't put LaVine in the start. But they got Trae Young starting because he got great numbers. But they like 10th or 12th seed. Then you go to the West, Andrew Wiggins is getting a starting nod over Karl Anthony Towns. Their team is also in the playoffs, and he has better numbers than Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? And this is some stuff I looked at. So Karl Anthony Towns averages 24 and 9. They the 7th seed. He's shooting 52 from the field, 40 from 3, 80 from the free throw line. I know that's not like 40, 50, 90, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Also, the Timberwolves are 2 and 5 without him. I know it's a small sample size, but it is what it is. The Warriors are 4 and 1 without Andrew Wiggins. He's averaging 18 points, 4 rebounds, maybe 1 or 2 assists.
Yep. Like,
I don't understand. I mean, if you're gonna make the All-Star team, that's one thing, but for him to be starting, that shocked me.
Yep.
So how they gonna put Trae Young in, who got great numbers, who's at the bottom of the playoffs over Levine, but then put Wiggins over Cat? So I don't understand the criteria. Another person I feel like, I'm not gonna say it's non-debatable, but probably could have went in over Wiggins is Gobert, and they probably didn't do it because he's a center, and they don't want to have basically three big men or whatever in the All-Star game. But Gobert is super valuable to his team.
Yeah,
super valuable to his team. That's another. They are 1-4 without him. I know again it's a small sample size, but that's what it is. And the Jazz are 30th in defensive rating when he's not on the floor. They 30th when he's there. They're like top 5.
Oh.
So a lot of people don't like as much slander as Gobert gets from the casual fan saying that he's not a great defender. He shouldn't get this and that because he be getting cooked one-on-one. There's not many big men in the league that's gonna cook him one-on-one. It's like 2, maybe 3 at the most. Most of the NBA is pick and roll, help side, rim protection, defense, and that's what he's great at. So that's where he gets anointed. But those are my 2 snubs, or 3 snubs. Those are my 3 snubs. I feel like Cat and Gobert could have went in there. Mainly Cat over Wiggins and Levine over Trae Young.
Yeah. You could even make a my fault to jump in right here, but you could even make an argument for Luka. I forgot about Luka.
Yeah,
forgot about the West.
I got that. Yeah,
Luka hooping right now. So I don't know what's going on with Wiggins. I seen Wiggins. I was like, what? That's crazy.
See, the only thing about Luka though, I think Luka is in the front court. I mean, the back court. He's probably a guard.
Yeah. He's a backcourt. He's backcourt.
Yeah.
Listen, I agree with some of y'all, and then some of y'all didn't. Listen, all right, Darius Garland, LaMelo. They both should have made it as reserves. They like LaMelo and first of all Garland. I don't think he should make it over Levine. Levine should be starting right now, not Trae Young. Trae Young, when they came out with the announcement with the All-Star, Trae Young and the Hawks with a 12 seed.
Mm-hmm.
They were the 12 seed. Like, come on. And Zach LaVine numbers are identical to the DeRozan for real. They got the same numbers for real, almost. LaVine should have been starting. They were the number 2 seed when the All-Star numbers came out. And like Elijah said, most of the season, most of the second half of the pre-All-Star break, they were the number 1 seed for real. They were the best team in the East in the first half of the year so far, in my opinion. So that's that. Now, So I would say the biggest snubs is Zach LaVine in the East, right? Everybody else, I'm cool with. I'm cool with Coach KD. I'm cool with Giannis. I think Giannis, KD, Joel, and DeMar were like no-brainers for everybody.
Locked in.
Right? And then Trae Young was – go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying with that, I agree with LaVine. That's somebody who I would have thought should have been a starter, but you got to remember he missed them games. And you know how it is. When you miss games, you out of sight.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
And that's when DeRozan went on that tear. See, for them, DeRozan should. I think DeRozan Price. I knew it was going to be one of the two, as far as a starter between them. But that's when DeRozan really went on that tear, and people just started forgetting about. Dang, LaVine was doing the same thing because he missed them few games.
Yup. See, Darius Garland, I would put him in the starting lineup if his numbers were better, or if their seeding was higher. We're putting Darius Garland in because they are over. They're doing better than we expected. So it's like, but they were like at the time the 4th seed. You know what I mean? You can't reward a 19 points per game type person, a 4th seed, a starting lineup. That's why Andrew Wiggins is blasphemous for real. It's like, why y'all starting Andrew Wiggins, right? But and then LaMelo, I think at the time LaMelo and them was the 7th seed, and he not even averaging 20. You know, so if you're gonna be a low seed like that, you gotta have some great numbers like Trae Young. Like that's why I'm surprised. Trae Young don't make sense. He's
but I can't give it to him
because Bradley Beal 2 years ago was leading in scoring.
And didn't even make the All-Star team.
He made the All-Star team.
Him or Devin Booker.
Yes.
Crazy.
So on the West, man, I got some snubs in the West, y'all. I'm gonna cause some controversy. All right, look in the West, right? Number 1, Rudy Gobert is not no maybe. He should have started. Point blank. He should have started over Andrew Wiggins. He should have started over Cat. But Cat was my number 2 over Wiggins, like Jamo said. But Rudy Gobert, he averaged 16 points a game, 15 rebounds, right? Which is leading the league. He's shooting 70% from the field, which is leading the league. And he's also averaging 2.3 blocks a game, which is number 2 in the league. And like you said, Jamo, at the time of the All-Star announcements, they were 1-4 without him. He hasn't played since. And they are 2-8 without him. So they need Gobert. Y'all know the Jazz been sliding lately. It's because Gobert ain't been playing. So I would put Gobert over Andrew Wiggins. Also over Andrew Wiggins, I would definitely put Karl Anthony Towns. Literally every stat is better than Wiggins. He averages more points than Wiggins, rebounds. He averages 0.3 assists less than Wiggins, better percentage and field goal percentage. Wiggins averaged 1% 3-point percentage, more blocks, more steals. And Wiggins, this is why I understand he's an all-star. He averaged 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for the number 2 seed. Not number 1 seed, number 2 seed. And he led his team in scoring in 6 games out of the whole year. Jordan Poole led it 11 times. Jordan Poole had more leading games, all-star games than Andrew Wiggins had. Andrew Wiggins only led his team in rebounding for 1 game. He never led in blocks. He never led in steals. He never led nothing else. So Andrew Wiggins is kind of like a gimme. It's kind of like, okay, man, we feel bad for you. I don't know why. I have no reason, because he's not no loud player. He's not exciting to watch. He's not no fan favorite. I don't know why he became a starter. I don't know why those fans voted him, to tell you the truth. So I would put Cat and Rudy over him. And my last snub, listen, y'all, I like John Morant, man. I told Jamo the other day, he's growing on me. He started to become my favorite player. But Luka should have started with John Morant. The reason why John Morant started, because he's loud. Point blank. He's loud. I'm sorry. Let me tell you, at the time when the All-Star been selected, John Morant was a 3rd seed, Luka and them was 5th seed. John Morant and crew was 33 and 17, Luka was 20 and 21. All right? So it's not no big gap. Luka averaged 26, 8.8 rebounds, 8.9 assists. John Morant averaged 25.8, 5.9 rebounds, 6.9 assists. Luka numbers are better. John Morant, the Grizzlies without John Morant are 11-2. Y'all know that? The Grizzlies are 11-2 without John Morant. That's an 84% win percentage. With John Morant, this was at the All-Star announcement. Not up to today. But they announced All-Star. With John Morant, they are 21-15. 58% win percentage. I'm not saying they're better without John Morant, but the numbers show you can find a case that they're better without John Morant, which is not true. I'm not saying that, but they're going to go by the numbers. Luka, when he doesn't play, they're 6-9. Y'all see the Mavericks. They don't got a good team. The Grizzlies team is way better than the Mavericks. So Luka numbers are better. And Luka is also a flashy player. He's way flashier. To me, he's flashier than John Morant. John Morant just louder. He talks more. Luka don't talk as much as John Morant.
I ain't with you on that
I
one.
don't know about that.
John Morant, no. Okay, here's the thing. John Morant has moments. He'll have a block here. He'll have a dunk here. On a consistent basis, Luka is way more entertaining. If I watch Luka and you watch Luka for 10 games, you will see something great for every single, probably throughout the whole game, because he is their best player. He is their scorer. He's got the ball in his hand all the time. John Morant have moments in the game.
Yeah, see, Joe, but that is an explanation for the style of offense that they run. Luka controls way more than Ja can. The Ja can have games he only scored 10 points, and the Grizzlies will win by 20 because the team is playing. The Mavericks is Luka or bust. You know what I'm saying? So Luka got to create everything. So by default, he's gonna be more flashy. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really a testament to the roster. That's just the style of play of how the Grizzlies do. Because Ja don't dominate the ball like that.
Mm-hmm. And Joe, you got to give John Morant credit for that too. He got his teammates involved and confident. And Luka, I'm not saying because Luka. It was one point Luka was averaging a triple double 5 games straight. So it would be stupid for me to say he don't get his teammates involved, but it's different. John Morant get him confidence. Everybody playing oh man, he believe in. We can beat these teams and through that run. John Morant and them were beating top teams in the league. Luka was beating who they were supposed to beat and losing to these top teams.
Okay, Is Luke okay? Jamo, I feel you when you said that Luka has to be. Luka is more skilled than John Morant. He's just a better player than John Morant right now. So look, take Luka out and take John Morant out. Who's better? And like the Grizzlies, true or false?
Yep.
So, but you also right. I tell Jamo all the time. John Morant is a environment changer. He came to the Grizzlies and he changed the whole culture. And I always preach like the Kings need that. The Kings need somebody like that.
You know, Joe. Another thing I feel like people know what Luka can do. Like we've seen it for the past couple of years, and right now, people love the underdog. They love the story attached to the Grizzlies and Ja, and we want to see the emergence of new stars. We want to see Ja go crazy. Now, consistently, some games he'll fall off, right? But like you're saying, he influences the team, and the team does well, and that's why I feel like I put him over Luka because Luka's not able to do that, right? Mm-hmm. Luka is a star in himself, but get Porzingis to get buckets, get Tim Hardaway to hit some threes. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you got to put the Grizzlies over them right now. Luka is balling, but you can't just be a one-man show. You feel me?
John Morant is a point guard, Joe. He's a point guard, Joe, for real. I know he averaged 25, but if you need him to only average 10 points and just run the offense, he's a point guard. He was even mad that he got drafted second to Zion. He's a dog.
Right.
He's a dog.
I got that. Now, look, I disagree because Luka, right? His team does play better, right? When I look at the playoffs last year when they played the Clippers, did the Mavericks did not overachieve in that series last year? They definitely did. Tim Hardaway, and then I don't blame Luka for Porzingis struggles. I don't blame Luka for that. I blame
Who do you blame?
I blame Porzingis for that. And then you got to also think about it. The Grizzlies were a playoff team before John Morant got there. You got to think about that too. So they were already a good team. John Morant, not a good team, but they were already like in contention of playoffs. And John Morant brings that extra spark.
They was a playoff team before John got there?
I don't know about that one.
The year before that, they was not. The 2 years before that, they were. But I'm saying they were on the cusp of making the playoffs, and John Morant, got them over the edge for real. Because the first year John Morant went there, they didn't make the playoffs.
John Morant's rookie year, they made the bubble playing. They were actually going to make the playoffs straight up, but then
as an AC, like I said, they were on the cusp of making the playoffs before John Morant got there.
Now I'm talking about his rookie year. I don't know if they before he got there. I don't know.
They did, I believe, but you got to take into account Mike Conley was still there.
Mike Conley was there the year before John Morant.
Yeah, they got rid of Conley.
Yeah. They got rid of Conley. John Morant rookie year.
Conley first year was when Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray was going back.
Yeah, because
they still had decent players.
But they got rid of Marcus Gasol and went to Toronto.
They got rid of all of them because John Morant was coming.
Yeah, they got rid of that. Yeah. So I would take Luka, but I get why they got John Morant. Exactly what Elijah just said. He's new. He's something like we already expect Luka to do this. If Luka was new, just like John Morant, I think Luka would have made it. But the fact that we're used to Luka doing this, we expect Luka to do this. They're not going to put Luka in the starting lineup. But John Morant, he's doing better this year than he did last year. And the Grizzlies are also overachieving. So that's why people are putting John Morant in there, I believe. But if you just look at straight up what they're doing, I think Luka is an all-star starter.
So let me ask this question then. Who's winning in the playoff series? Grizzlies or Dallas?
I probably pick Dallas in the playoff series. You see Luka in the playoffs?
In the series, I would pick Dallas too.
I'll pick Dallas.
Me personally, I think Luka is one of my favorite players in the league. Don't get it wrong. I think he is better than John Morant. I really do. And when playoffs, he come to show up. But I think the point you missing, Joe, is as far as like fans, they see Luka running on the court, pouting some games, not giving his all some game. John Morant don't do that. He go out there, he play hard every single possession. So that stuff affects you. I mean, for voting and everything.
And every year, Luka come in the season out of shape. He got the first 20 games. He got to play his way into shape every year.
So you're going, okay. Now he not making the playoffs because that.
No, I'm saying like that. He probably started the year off slow. You know what I'm saying? And people remember that. I know it's
you can't be inconsistent
lately league, but starting off slow, they remember that.
Yeah. By the way, Dino, they made the playoffs literally almost every year until the year before John Morant got there. So it was not no drought. So I don't know what he's talking about with that one. All right, cool. So let's go to the next
They
topic.
had a nice team too. You gotta keep that in contact. They did have a nice team. That was the Grindhouse.
Listen, I'm not
They
trying
did,
to.
yeah.
I don't want y'all to think that I'm trying to beat up on John Morant. I'm just telling you, I will put Luka above John Morant. But like I said, I like John Morant, man. He brings energy to that team. He changed the whole culture and all that stuff. You know, but the biggest one is Wiggins. Wiggins should never be in that All-Star lineup.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah, no question.
All right, so let's go. Let's go to the next topic. I don't know what happened to Devin, you know, so he'll get back on. But before we go to the next topic, y'all make sure y'all follow the banner, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, you can follow us on all the platforms: TikTok, Instagram, and everything. Right? I thought it was Devin calling me. And then also, guys, next week we're doing a Super Bowl special. So every single day between Monday and Thursday, we're going to do a show between 9 and 10 p.m., a live show. And we're going to have special guests come on each day and have 10-minute guests come on throughout the show, too. So that's going to be an hour show from 9 to 10. Make sure y'all tune in for that. It's going to be awesome. And, yeah. And also, share this video with somebody right now. Get them on. Use the comment section. We see all the comments y'all putting in. We put them on the screen. Interact with us. We see a nice little crowd in right now. So we appreciate you guys for being on. All right, so we are going to the next topic, y'all. And this topic, my man Elijah gonna start this off. So the last time y'all talked, because I was in my Drake Crawford mood last time y'all did this, right? All right. So yeah, so that's that. So now the next topic we're gonna talk about the Lakers. There you go. We're gonna talk about the Lakers, y'all. The Lakers. So the Lakers, they on the they see.
All right. Who?
You know, before the season started, everybody had the Lakers going to the finals. You know, including myself. And so now things have changed. Things have changed as we see the team because it was a mystery on how they would look, right? With the new addition of Westbrook and everything. So we want to know what's the Lakers ceiling. All right, how far can they go this year? And we're gonna start off with you, Elijah. Talk to us.
How far can they go? Listen, if they don't make the playoffs, it's gonna be a really bad look on everybody. You feel me? Lakers is just an absolute mess right now. Absolute mess. And you know, we all hope the best. I remember when I first heard the trade, I was like, oh, snap, Westbrook's coming, AD, LeBron is going to be crazy. But not every superstar kind of conglomerate, meshes well. And this is what we're seeing. This trade did not work out, right? Not all the blame can be put on Westbrook. We got to, put some blame on AD, in and out, Mr. Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, right? He's there one day and then he's not. You feel me? We can't rely on him. LeBron's too old to be the most consistent player on your team, right? Now, granted, I'll give Melo some credit. Melo has been hooping. He's been having his games, right? But you can't always count on him consistently to get a bucket, right? There was a stretch, I believe, last month where a 10-day signee and Stanley Johnson, a young boy, was like their most tenacious dog and valuable player. It's like, bro, Lakers, what's good? Y'all have too much experience. I remember before the season, right? Everybody was like, they have such and such all-star appearances combined. Everybody's doing their thing. My fault. Everybody's doing their thing. They have all this experience, blah, blah, blah. But we're not seeing it. Quite frankly, I feel like they old, right? And we want to see them do well because we grew up seeing these players, right? We want them to exceed, but something's got to happen. So either, the trade deadline coming up, either you move Russ, but it's tricky because you still owe him a bunch of money, or you do something. But LeBron can't, be the one to carry everybody. But I do see them, making maybe a little run, maybe getting in the 8th, 7th seed, maybe doing something in the playoffs. But at the most, their ceiling, I say second round exit.
Oh, second round.
Maybe if they at the most, if they can get it together. Mm-hmm. That's being very optimistic.
Man, it's on me.
It's on you.
Yeah, go ahead, cuz.
All right, I want to apologize first off, because first time we met, I definitely said they gonna make it through the West off talent alone. That's what I said. Boy, was I wrong. Look, off the top of my head, I feel like the Lakers, the way their season is going right now, they're probably gonna be a bottom seed or the play-in. If they make the play-in, they gone in the first round. I don't see them beating Golden State or Phoenix in a 7-game series. I don't care how healthy they are. I don't see, like, if they got Westbrook on their team, I don't see them beating a well-coached team. Maybe if they had younger LeBron, but with this older LeBron, we're not even sure if he's going to be on the court. He always getting nicked here and there, and that stuff matters. Everybody keeps saying, come playoff time, this and that. AD's been looking great since he came back, but even throughout the game, he'll have a play here and there where he get nicked and he's sitting on the ground, or he'll get up and walk up the court slow and have to get on the bench for 5 minutes. So if they get in a play-in, they're not going to beat Phoenix or Golden State. I don't see it in a 7-game series at all. I can't go there with the Grizzlies yet, as good as they look, because they haven't won a playoff series yet. So I'll become a firm believer of Memphis as far as with the big dogs when they make some playoff noise. Because I don't remember the last time a team, you know what I'm saying, didn't make no playoff noise and then just hit the playoffs and boom. So they got to make some playoff noise before I can say, you know, they're a legit contender. But other than the top 2 seeds, I think they can win a playoff series against anybody else in the West, because, you know, playoffs is about matchups. Yep. And if they're healthy, I could see them beating pretty much every team besides the top 2 in a 7-game series. But I don't see them. They don't have perimeter defense. Golden State and Phoenix both have elite perimeter talent. The stars can put up numbers. You know, at the end of the game, you look at the box score, you say, oh, Russ had a triple-double. Brown had 30. AD had 27 and 9. But everybody else did nothing. Like, their role players get outplayed by every other team's role players all the time. And they don't have perimeter defense. I was just telling Joe the other day, betting on FanDuel. I said, Joe, whoever plays the Lakers, if they have a guard on their team, bet with them. I bet Trae Young to go 30 and 10 against the Lakers, and he did it. Because they don't have perimeter defense. Like Tyrese Halliburton, Dame before he hurt his ribs. Yeah, a whole bunch of guards, man. They just dog the Lake. They don't have no perimeter defense. So, I mean, I honestly think the defense is the biggest knock on them. As much as they want to dog AD, as much as they want to dog Russ, they can't defend anybody. Nope. Like that, you saw that in the beginning of the year when they lost back-to-back to OKC. And Shea Gilgeous said, I'm him, when he hit the 3 from the logo. So you already knew they could. They had triple overtime with Houston or something like that. Mm-hmm. The G League Rockets, like
they not stopping nobody.
Yeah, man, they don't have no defense. LeBron average 30. They can put the numbers up, but they can't stop nobody.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Devin. It's on you. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with Jamo as far as the biggest thing with them.
You know what, Devin? It is on you. I'm tripping. Sorry.
Yeah, it's on Devin.
Yeah, sorry, Devin.
Yeah, probably.
And it's your show.
Yeah. The biggest thing is they perimeter defense for real. And then you gotta think of, like, I don't even want to see that, but them versus Golden State, it's no way they'll be able to last. It'd be a blow. Every part gets swept. I'm being honest. And LeBron, my man, this is who I picked to go to the finals. But if they don't do some type of trade, and this is the trade I think they need to do, it don't add shooting. Well, yeah, you can. I think they need to trade and go get Ben Simmons, just because he's one of the better perimeter, just as far as the defender. But in that trade, they gotta get Seth Curry somehow in that trade. You can't just bring Ben Simmons with no shooting, because that'd be a terrible team.
No.
Who they trade though, Wes?
Now that's the thing. They don't got much to trade. They're gonna have to, some draft picks, something, but they need some type of defender on the wing who's young and can just get down there and check people. Because, like Jamo said, I got them beating pretty much everybody in the series because I feel LeBron too talented and AD too talented. Russ, he talented, but he iffy. But them two too talented to lose to anybody other than Phoenix and Golden State. Outside of that, I think they'd beat any of the rest of them teams.
And the Grizzlies.
So they ceiling. I'm gonna agree with Elijah. I think second round, and if they run up against Golden State or Phoenix, they'll be out of there. I'm hoping for something different because that was my beginning of the year pick. You know, I'm a LeBron guy. You know, I rock with him, but I mean, you gotta be real at some point. I don't see how. Like I'm trying to think, but I don't see how they do it. And then Anthony Davis just been disappointed. I know he's been playing better the last few games he came back, but you gotta remember the first game he came back, he fell on his wrist and he was holding his arm on the bench, and I'm just like, man, is this gonna be your career?
Because Embiid gave him that bump.
Yeah, and
bump, man.
And the injuries he's having, it's seeming to me more so for him. He just don't have no pain tolerance. It's like it seemed like Kobe Bryant wouldn't have liked playing with him. Like the situation he had with Dwight Howard. Now Dwight was a little different. Dwight was, you know, he was a physical freak, but he wanted to be thinking about clubbing and things of that nature. Anthony Davis don't play through nothing. And I'm not saying you're supposed to kill yourself for the rest of your life, but
no question.
Nothing.
Man, Joe, remember when he got hurt? What I tell you, remember, was that Memphis or Timberwolves? The game he got hurt when he missed all that time. And he left the floor. Man, they put the camera on him while he walked through the tunnel. He collapsed in the tunnel and just fell on the ground. The trainers had to help him up. I said, bruh, I don't care how much it hurt. You looking so weak right now, bruh. You an NBA superstar. I felt like that was the whole explanation to their season right there. Him falling out in the hallway. I'm like, bruh, that's just crazy, bruh.
It's crazy because like of what Anthony Davis brings to the table, right? It's not like he's an average player, right? He'll give you 30 and 15 a game.
And can guard the pick and roll.
You see what I'm saying? So like it's like, bro, we need you to be LeBron needs you. You supposed to be the young star taking over. LeBron's really supposed to be taking the back seat. Ain't no way he gotta put 30 points a game every game because you know y'all not hooping. Or you're not.
Ain't no way he top 75. Yeah. He made the 75 list and said, all right, I'm good. I'm good now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, go ahead, Devin. Go ahead. He said
for me, Anthony Davis, I can't say he's the same, but he's supposed to be the same talent-wise. Him and Giannis supposed to be the same player. And it's glaring to see what the difference is. Giannis played with tenacity and aggression, and Anthony Davis just don't. And to be honest, if you want to be honest, Anthony Davis is probably more skilled. He's probably more talented.
Yes.
But Giannis just plays so. It's supposed to be the same exact player. They long, defend, just everything, and I don't know.
See, Giannis do everything on ball. AD need a setup, man. He's at his best when he got a setup, man.
Yup.
But go ahead, Joe.
Jamo, you're right. So look, the Lakers' main issue is now on the offensive end. Because they do score the ball. The issue is a defensive end. Now, before I get to that, I agree with all of y'all except for Elijah. I know you threw in the Grizzlies. The only teams they're not beating, I wrote it down, the Suns and the Warriors. If they meet the Suns, like Devin said, they might get swept. Like for real, they might get swept by the Suns. Warriors, they might get 1 or 2 games, but they will lose to the Warriors. The Grizzlies, I don't know. LBJ is not losing to the Grizzlies. I'm sorry. Right? Like the Grizzlies against LeBron, it was gonna remind me of the Celtics against the Cavs. Dead serious. It's gonna remind me of that. And LeBron and like because they don't have, they just not ready right now. All right, but look, here's their problem: the defense. You cannot be a good defensive team when 2 of your stars are your worst defenders. Listen, I know LeBron James averaging 30 points. I know his numbers look great. I know he look like an MVP right now. But do y'all know LeBron is a 3rd worst defender on the team? On the defensive rating, he's 3rd worst. Sorry, 4th worst. The only people that he's better than is Trevor Ariza, Darren Collison, who they just picked up, and Jamario Jones. Y'all you know who that is?
I was waiting for you to say Melo. Oh my goodness, he worse than Melo?
No, he's not. He's not better defending than Melo, not Bradley, none of that stuff.
Okay.
And then
Melo
Russell
defending.
Huh?
Melo defending this year. Let's go.
Yeah, Melo doing okay. I mean, everybody in the Lakers are really bad for real, but he's doing better than as far as like the people that get meaningful minutes. He's fifth best. Carmelo, all right, and then Russell Westbrook. Only person between him and LBJ is Wayne Ellington, and Wayne Ellington is on defense and been playing terrible this year. So you can't expect them to be a high seed when they everybody is scoring on them. Like I don't know. I think it was you, Jamo. Somebody told me the other day. Every time they play a good, every time they play somebody, the guard is going to go off. Like whoever their perimeter player is, they're going to have a good game because they don't have good perimeter defense, man. They're not that good on defensive end, and you got to set the tone with the best player. Nobody in here thinks Steph Curry is a better defender than LeBron James, right? But you gotta know defensive rating. Stephen Curry is fifth on his team. You gotta show effort as the best player in your team. You have to.
Well, at this point, I don't know. At this point, I would just say
LeBron can play defense, man. He just don't.
Joe, LeBron plays defense. Only time I see LeBron play defense is when it's 5 seconds left on the shot clock and his man pick his dribble up. He be all in his face trying it. That's the only time he plays defense, man.
Yeah, but y'all gotta take in consideration he's old, and he wasn't probably expecting to do all this stuff on the offensive end.
I got you, Devin. I got you. LeBron, listen. Like I think Jordan is the greatest ever. So I don't want nobody to think it's LeBron hate, because as I've been doing this sports stuff, I've been actually appreciating LeBron a lot more. If y'all haven't watched any of my videos about LeBron, I praise him all the time because I'm appreciating his greatness. But I honestly think it's a high priority. He's trying to get the scoring title. And it's draining him on the offensive end. It really is. It's draining him on the offensive end, and it's affecting his team on the defensive end. What the Lakers need to do is put LeBron at point guard. I'm sorry. He has to run point. When they won the championship, he was the point guard. And the problem is the people who they play in the game are terrible three-point shooters. The people who get the highest minutes. I mean, I'm looking at the minutes. Malik Monk, first of all, Monk is good. Malik Monk, Melo is good. Russ, I understand your best player, Davis, all that stuff. But Tucker, he's shooting 25% from three. And he get the same amount of minutes as Malik Monk. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I know he's like your quote unquote part of your future plans and all that stuff, but he's not doing his job this year.
And before the season, they said he's untouchable.
I got one thing to say too. If we can go back to our first meeting, fellas, Joe, if you could edit out me saying Tucker was gonna be my breakout player of the year, I'd be cool with that. You know,
he started out good though. He started out good. But like I'm now on the defensive end, he is better than he's better than Monk by like 0.1. You know what I mean? Defensive rate, all that stuff. But on the 3-point percentage, he's shooting 25%. Avery Bradley played less minutes than him. Avery Bradley is actually playing better than him when it comes to LeBron's style of play. LeBron's style of play is 3-and-D. Like, let me play the point. I got AD right there. I need some 3-and-D guys out here. That's LeBron's type of style of play. And I think they should play Bazemore more, because Bazemore is shooting better than most of them. And his defense is better than most of them. I'm looking at the numbers. Like he's a second best defender behind Austin Reeves. And the problem with Austin Reeves, he's shooting 30% from three. He's your best defender, so you need him on the court. But he's shooting 30% from the 3-point line. Like, they don't have a good team makeup, but they have to put LeBron at point guard. He really has to trust God, LeBron, and say, I'm going to focus on winning, and God's going to help me get the scoring title, whatever. You know? Yeah,
but with that, I know you saying, I know it looked like he just going out there just trying to get that. But when Anthony Davis was out, who else was going to score? He got to score them points.
No. I'm not saying, okay, he's not their primary point guard.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing more on the wing. Now, there's times he do play the point guard position. He play, if I bring the ball up and stuff, like mainly in the fourth quarter. Think about it. What they do in the fourth quarter, LeBron is the most primary ball handler, right? If that's working for you, why not make him the permanent primary ball handler?
But,
and then go ahead.
But I think everybody here know why.
Correct.
To be honest, Russell Westbrook, he's just too big of a star. at this point in his career.
He get paid too
So
much money.
they need to make, and Frank Vogel did it. You need to make the decision on, hey, look, my man, that's not you no more, or not on this team. But don't nobody want to do it. And that's how he's been sliding by his whole career. Don't nobody want to ruffle his feathers. But that's really what it is. I think everybody know that player at the park where, man, I can't stand being on his team. You say something to him, mess his game up even more, or everybody hype his head up. So.
And they have flashes of greatness, so you just let them slide.
Yeah, so you let it slide.
Right. Yeah, but my selling for them is they could beat anybody except for the Warriors and Suns. But go ahead,
so what does that mean in terms of playoffs? Like how deep can they go?
It all depends on how the bracket goes, because in the playoffs, the reason why I think they only could lose to them two, because in the playoffs it's different from the regular season. They losing to the Grizzlies right now in the regular season, but this is not LeBron, and crew taking time and dissecting exactly every move they good at and every move they not good at. Yeah. That's why the game one in playoffs, they always say that's the easiest one. But after that, it's like they kind of know you like the back of their hand. And the better team wins almost every time. And the Lakers not gonna lose to the Grizzlies.
Joe, I mean, I'm not gonna bet it, but like I wouldn't be surprised if they lose to the Grizzlies.
Of course.
Like
how they playing, yeah.
Like because they don't have. I mean, who gonna guard Ja?
Right.
Who gonna guard Ja? Who gonna guard even Dylan Brooks and Desmond Bain? Like they don't have, for real, bro. Like, and then Jaren Jackson is gonna match AD's intensity. Whether he averages the same amount of buckets or not, he's gonna match the intensity.
But that's terrible that he's gonna do that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So I wouldn't be surprised. I just can't I'm not putting the Grizzlies up there with the Suns and the Warriors though.
Hey, before you go, Elijah, real quick. Sorry, before you go. Yeah, I know Anthony Davis had a down year. He actually is playing good this year. I think his only issue with me is the injury part. Like he's not actually fighting through his injuries. But as far as his play, they need to get him more involved. That's them. When you
gotta want to get involved too, though.
Yeah. I mean, I get you. That's why LeBron gotta play the point. I'm sorry, Jamo hit it on the nose. Davis at his best with a point guard. When they put Tariq Evans in New Orleans, Anthony Davis had an MVP season. When they got Rondo, what happened? MVP season. He needs a point guard. He needs a facilitator. You know what I mean? So, go ahead, Elijah.
I mean, day-to-day Davis, you never know what you're gonna get.
Street clothes.
I like that name, man.
Nah, but at what point do we start blaming the coaching? I remember rumors was going around that they about to fire Frank Vogel or whatever the case is, because at some point you have to recognize what's going on. Yeah, you have stars, but a coach's job is to facilitate, right? Put people in their place, right? And then you got LeBron who can do it on the court, lead GM, lead coach, right? So you got to be like, yo, Frank, coaching staff, what's going on? Something has to change.
Man, the Lakers are not. I just don't see him. I don't like LeBron ain't the same. His numbers are great, but his impact and him imposing his will in the game is not the same, which is why he needs his teammates to help him more than ever right now. And the moment where he needs his teammates the most, they coming through the least that his teammates have ever come through for him, pretty much. So
to piggyback off that though, the amount that LeBron is giving out right now is unprecedented, right? We've never seen this. Somebody this old, this good. The fact that he can still drop 30, 40 is crazy, right? Mm-hmm. But like you were saying, he can only do that for so long. Mm-hmm. AD needs to hoop. Russ needs to show up. The role players need to do something, or there needs to be some trades. I seen a trade today. They're thinking about trading Russ for Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, and I believe RJ Barrett or something like that, right? So another role player on the Knicks.
I wouldn't take that.
No, Dev, you do take it. Now you're not going to use Kemba for real, but you getting rid of Russ and you getting the elite shooter over there.
Yeah,
I would take it.
And
What I'm
RJ
saying
Barrett,
is, if I'm the Knicks, I'm not giving
Oh,
RJ
yeah, you're the
Yeah.
Knicks. I
Russell
would take it
Westbrook.
either.
yeah,
No
I'm
way.
the Knicks, I'm not doing that.
RJ Barrett, I like RJ Barrett. He got
He's gonna be a decent player.
better this year, man.
What I'm saying is, Russell Westbrook value. I don't know if y'all see it. He don't have no value to me no more. I don't think he go anywhere and win a championship.
If you have a well-coached team, you're not losing to Westbrook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Utah,
At this point in
I
his
feel like
career,
Utah showed you that. Utah showed you that when him and Paul George lost to Donovan Mitchell. I feel like when he lost to Utah, his career,
yeah.
you know, the narrative on him just started going downhill. He's not I don't know, man. Just don't make winning basketball.
Yeah, he just don't no more. He just, I really feel like, I ain't gonna say his career over, but he's not gonna win nothing. The way his style of play, it's just.
I know he's not gonna make All-Star team no more for real. He not. Yeah.
Did y'all see that video where Shaq was sitting courtside and he was like,
playing too fast.
What you doing? You're playing too fast, right? Like Westbrook is too old to be making some of these dumb decisions.
Yeah,
right?
That's a good
You're
point.
a veteran in the league. You need to know how to control yourself at this point. And I feel like his intensity, we love his motive. The things we love him for are his downfall, right? How he goes hard, how he just has that spirit about him. Like he don't take no for an answer. And that's what's holding him back. You feel me? Look at all the teams he's been on. Thunder, the 2 times he was there, Houston, right? Then he was with Beal and on the Wizards. You were surrounded by nothing but talent. Why didn't any of these teams do anything?
Facts.
You know,
one and done. One and done. Except for the Rock, when he was without KD and OKC, they were 1 and done in the playoffs. 1 and done. All right, so let's move on to our last topic, y'all. But before we do that, hey guys, we appreciate everybody that's still on. Communicate in that chat room. We can see it. We are posting on the show so everybody can see it also. Read the ticker in the bottom. Follow us on all social media platforms at Joe Never Lose. Also, Facebook on Refuse to Lose with Joe Jordan. And like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's very important. We're trying to get our subscribers up. And share with somebody so they can hop on with us on this last topic and they can join us on this live. And also next week, we're doing a Super Bowl special, Monday through Thursday. We're having special guests come on each day, whatever. And we're going to have 10-minute guests come on, talk about their favorite team in the Super Bowl. All right, so we still have, I think, probably 1 or 2 slots available for the 10-minute slot. So if you want to be a part of that and you're not, we're trying to get people who's not really on the show. So if you haven't been on a part of the show and you want to come on for 10 minutes to talk about your favorite team in the Super Bowl, just reach out to me on the social media platform and we could possibly make that happen. All right. So this last topic, we talked about the Lakers, and last time we talked about the Nets. You know, so the Nets, they just have a crazy situation going on. I mean, Kyrie is playing on away games. He's not even invited to his own house, which is crazy. You got KD, he's injured for a few weeks, you know. I mean, James Harden is there, but he's talking about he might leave next year. I mean, this is crazy. You know, it's a crazy situation. They dropped from the 1st seed, now they're the 6th seed in the East. Maybe that might be a good thing for them. But anyways, we got to talk about their ceiling. Not their ceiling, but will they make it to the NBA Finals? In this topic, Jay Moolah is going to start off for us. So, Jamo, are the Nets NBA Finals bound?
First of all, if the playoffs ended today, they would play Philly. So, no, they're not going to the finals. If the playoffs started today, they play Philly round 1. We getting them out of there. But no, let me be real, though.
Crazy.
Let me be real. This is a huge I don't know for me starting off because Kyrie is not able to get I feel like he's not able to get a proper rhythm. He's playing well, but you know, who knows what that's going to look like. James Harden, it's real tough for him when KD goes out because you got to think about it. When he was in Houston and he was doing most of the ball handling, he had better role players than he got over there in Brooklyn. They got some young Bammers over there. I didn't even know they was in the league in some of them games. But like James Harden is a different player than he was in Houston. and his role players aren't as good. Or the defenders really. Like, I'm not sure if Aldridge has been playing lately, but with KD's health, they said KD gonna be hurt 2-3 weeks.
I think.
But I mean, who knows if he's gonna get nicked again? Like, so I feel like they could get to the finals because Milwaukee is missing Lopez. I don't think there's a timetable on when Lopez is coming back. And some people might sleep on that, but I think that's major for them because Lopez allows Giannis to be the defensive player of the year. Mm-hmm. Lopez protects the rim. Giannis gets to roam around, deflect passes, you know what I'm saying, fake double team, then get back to his man or roam around and block shots on the weak side and stuff like that. So with Lopez gone, they become more vulnerable in the paint and just on the defensive side altogether. But with Lopez not being there, that gives them more defensive versatility, though. So that could be a plus. But they did lose PJ Tucker, who was key, you know what I mean? Because apparently they said he was giving KD some problems in the playoffs. But, I mean, I don't really see – I mean, Chicago is right there with Memphis. Chicago's right there with Memphis for me as far as, like, you know, I don't want to anoint them, even though they're a top seed. They haven't done anything in the playoffs yet. Milwaukee is Milwaukee. And the team that is going to put one of those top seeds out is Miami.
There you go.
Miami, I'm telling you. If Miami mess around beat Brooklyn, I'm like if Brooklyn ain't got their stuff together, Miami mess around beat them in a 7-game series, bro. Because they're a well-coached team and they have multiple threats and they play both sides of the ball. They're pretty much the same level on both sides of the ball. They're very good on both sides of the ball. So I would say I'm gonna say no. Brooklyn does not get to the finals.
And I'm a piggyback off that and say no. Brooklyn's not getting to the finals. And what he said, Miami is the team that I think they're going to either. I don't think they're going to beat Milwaukee or Miami. I really don't. Because, I mean, you got to realize that the Kyrie situation ain't going to change unless something really changes. So that means in the playoffs, is he going to be playing away games and not the home playoff games? Like, is that what's going to happen?
Yeah.
There's no way you win in a playoff series like that.
Well, there was a stat that came out. All the Brooklyn owner has to do is pay about $1,000 fine each game for Kyrie to play home games. So add that up to like a full, you know, playoff series. It's about $50,000 for him.
So that makes sense. If that happens, that makes sense. If they're trying to save the money to the playoffs, that makes sense then.
Yeah, like, how do you think about that, Elijah?
Because I think they under the impression our team too talented. We're going to make the playoffs. So let's just get to the playoffs. Whoever we play, I'm gonna pay the fine for Kyrie, and then we'll be. Nice. So that do make sense. But even still, with KD, Kyrie, and James Harden back, I still think Miami can beat them. I think they more mentally. They just a mentally tough team, and it started with Jimmy Butler. He's not the most talented. He's not one of my favorite players at all. But Jimmy Butler is real mentally tough, and people sleeping on the addition of Kyle Lowry. Same thing. He's not flashy, but every time you see him, he winning. Like that Toronto team was a top team in the East for a long time, and they couldn't beat LeBron. But outside of that, they was one of the top teams in the league for a long time in the East. Then you add PJ Tucker. You got Bam, who plays similar to Giannis, just a high motor. You got the young people, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero. They got a real tough team. So I got Miami and Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think Brooklyn gonna make it at all because I just think it's too much friction. I don't think James Harden happy there. You got certain people that not liking their role. Even though I don't think he should have a role, but Paul Millsap, he want to leave because he feel like he not getting the role he want. It's no cohesiveness there, no chemistry. People not playing together. So, and then on the defense, they're not that great of a defensive team either. No. I think Claxton too small to be like your your primary center when he coming in. Like people, you
Yeah.
can't beat Embiid. You can't play him in with Embiid. You saw what he did to Capella, and Capella's supposed to be a decent defender.
Bro,
So
Claxton to have plays where you think, okay, and then the next play he'll get shoved to the ground by somebody skinnier than him.
yeah, so
Come on, man.
then you got Kessler Edwards. Shout out to Pepperdine. You got Kessler. They just small. Far as I mean, I know you got LaMarcus, but
And then
not that mobile.
another thing, Devin, while KD, Kyrie, and Harden, if they're healthy, you know what I'm saying, while they are scoring, they have to score on elite world-class defenders. While Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero get to score against some people who ain't even playing defense for real. You know what I mean? So when they going back and forth, oh, they got outscored by Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero's going on this dude. Tyler Hero's going on Joe Harris. KD and them guys scoring Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, and Bam. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna play a role too.
Yeah.
And I got something else to say, but go ahead, Elijah. I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'll piggyback.
Nah, like y'all are making a solid argument, making me think like that. Can Brooklyn really make it? But I feel like they can. And my reasoning for that is, this is KD we're talking about. This is James Harden. This is Kyrie Irving, right? Now, yes, they have role players, and people forget Patty Mills was a great addition for them, and he's been hooping, right? Joe Harris, Blake Griffin, you have some older guys, some older pieces, but that core right there is gonna bring you to the finals, right? We can't forget that they were one shot away last year. That was with James Harden playing, in and out, right? He was injured, and Kyrie not there. Now, if I have Kyrie, even part-time, right? That gives me an advantage on away games. That gives me a boost, right? That's an advantage. What team do you know has a better chance of winning away than at home? You feel what I'm saying? And what I really think they're doing right now, I think the Nets are being strategic. Because we all know star players like to chill until the moment arises, right? KD and them, these guys are experienced in the outside of Harden, experienced in the finals. They know what it takes to get there. They know what it entails. So I feel like they're chilling right now, and then they're gonna bring some chemistry together. The second half of the season, we're gonna see how they look, right? I think they're gonna start clicking, and I think Philly may give them a decent challenge. He is a formidable opponent, right? Giannis and them could get the work, but I feel like Nets can outlast them because they have too much offense, right? KD can score on anybody, don't matter who it is.
Anybody.
Bucket. You feel me? Kyrie is one of like the most skilled basketball players we've ever seen, right? With his handle, with his ability to get buckets. Harden, when he's in his bag, which he's been in and out of this year, but when he decides to commit and be in his bag, he's scary, right? One of the best scorers we have ever seen. And then you add the role players, bro, I don't feel like people can beat them, right? But the thing that they need to focus on is chemistry. Chemistry is their thing. And I feel like as the time comes and when playoffs approach, I feel like they'll get it together.
Man, Elijah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, Elijah. Listen, y'all. Chemistry, right? Last year, KD barely played. Harden was in out of the lineup. Kyrie took a sabbatical. And how they look in the playoffs, y'all? Unstoppable in the playoffs until they got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
The East wasn't the same though either though. Not the same thing.
The Bucks last year are better than Miami this year, are better than any team this year besides the Nets. The Bucks last year. They were. And they were about to beat the Bucks 4-1 last year. And they were about to literally beat them 4-2, basically 4-1 without James Harden.
Yeah, they were. They was about to beat them 4-1 without Harden.
Listen, y'all. Listen. With KD, with the team healthy, they're going to the final. I'm sorry. If they're healthy, Kyrie playing part-time, they are going to the finals.
If they're healthy?
If they're healthy. If KD gets hurt, God forbid, that's the only way I see them not making it to the finals, for real. You got to think about it. Shooters make shooters play better. You look at the Miami Heat when they won, right? Miami Heat when they won. they had when they had LeBron James, they had Mike Miller, Shane Battier, all these shooters, right? They make each other better. I don't know. Listen, my phone is actually on vibrate and it's still making noise. I don't get it right.
That's somebody telling you that them points you making is crazy.
Oh, he's
yeah.
tripping.
So I don't know. But so the thing is, my thing is, shooters make shooters better. Joe Harris had a bad playoffs. With Patty Mills there, I think he will play better. I think he'll play a little better this year. Shooters make shooters better. All right. So the thing is this, y'all. They got veteran players. They got LaMarcus Aldridge. They do have like Claxton, Jamo. You exactly right. Claxton in the beginning of the season, he looked weak to me, and then as the season went, he actually looked better. He actually look good right now. So James Harden, when they full strength, I'm not even looking at his scoring ability. When you remember them full strength last year, when James Harden was a primary ball handler and facilitator, they are elite. They are literally elite. They are unstoppable. Like the best. Like when they were at full strength, we saw them at full strength against the Bulls this year. What they do to the Bulls, y'all? They demolished the Bulls. Like the Nets are elite. The only way I see them not making the playoffs is if they are not full strength. The only team that can challenge them full strength are the Bucks. I don't think Miami can challenge them full strength, Devin. I think if one of them, I think somebody is hurt. If James Harden is hurt, or Kyrie can't play all the games, then the Miami he could possibly beat them. But at full strength, Miami is not beating them. And I do think, like Elijah, you made a good point. I didn't even think about that. At first, I was thinking like, why they ain't paid the fine yet? Like, what they doing? Like, pay the $5 fine. You probably right. They probably waiting until the playoffs, and they want to just pay the whole lump sum. And I think Kyrie would literally say, "Take it out of my check." Kyrie gave millions to WNBA players, to families that suffer in the Black Lives Matter movement, all that stuff. He would have no issue, because everybody keep trying to bash Kyrie as a bad teammate. He would have no issue giving some money for him to play home games. I don't think he would have an issue with that. No, so if they actually do that, and they are full strength,
nobody beating them.
They are winning the whole. They are winning. The Suns and the Warriors going say something about that. But in the East, they're going to the finals. I'm sorry. So,
Joe, I told you I seen the joint that said that the Nets didn't want to pay the fine because they didn't want to be cheating. They didn't want to like you know what I'm saying, make it seem like they purposely cheating. And I'm like, bro, y'all done did worse things, bro.
Strategic, like Devin or one of y'all said. They're being strategic about the situation. Elijah said that. They're being strategic, man. I'm telling you, when you're playing poker or spade, you don't show your hand, bro. You keep a poker face. Yeah, and then when the time comes, you show your hand.
That's a good.
See, man, I agree with all y'all far as like everybody knew the Nets like an offensive juggernaut team. And people probably gonna laugh at this point, but people sleeping on the addition of PJ Tucker. Now, I'm not saying PJ Tucker about to come there and give you 40 points, but he bring a toughness to the team that was already kind of there, but now you got an extra person. So you got PJ Tucker, you got Jimmy Butler on the perimeter. Kyle Lowry ain't the greatest defender, but everybody know he don't back down, and you got Bam. I just think it's gonna be a real physical series for Brooklyn. Now, people can't sit here and fake like every series James Harden's been in. He get close and never can get through, never finish it. The Houston series, they should have, he should have closed it. With now I know CP3 went down, but they should have closed it, or he should have did a better job of that. It's still yet to see that he can finish, Then you got KD did all he could last year with Giannis, But PJ Tucker was there. I know he still averaged his points, but it's not about, because people talk about like Iguodala didn't stop LeBron. No, LeBron cooked him, but it was moments. It's little moments that
you gotta get time to stop. Down. You can drop 40 on me, but if I pluck you the game-winning shot, I won.
Hey, Devin, LeBron shot under 40% in that series when
he shot 33%, something like that, 37%.
Yeah. So that's my thing. It's little moments that. He might wear Kevin Durant down. It's little smart little things that I don't know. Kyle Lowry is nothing he probably gonna be able to do with Kyrie Irving. To be honest, he kind of chunky and slow.
I ain't gonna
Like with PJ Tucker, you take PJ Tucker off KD to give him a break. Now you throwing Jimmy Butler at him. Then you throwing Bam at him. It's gonna be tough. So that's the only team that I see.
Hey, Devin, 30 and 40 pieces all series. Look, let me tell you something.
I don't know that.
If the Nets, hey yo, you right, Joe.
Who getting 30 and 40?
Joe, Devin, you gotta understand, bro. The Miami Heat don't have a Giannis.
Yeah, they don't have.
Last year when they played against the Bucks, they couldn't do. They had no matchup for Giannis. KD is skinny.
Giannis had like 30.
When Giannis got on the block, KD couldn't do nothing with him, bro. Giannis too strong. The Heat don't have. The Heat gonna beat you in a different way, so the Heat match up well with the Heat, but they didn't have a matchup for Giannis last year. And I feel like if the Bucks play them now without PJ Tucker, they gonna put Bobby Portis on KD.
No, that's why I ain't say. I said Miami
or Caleb Martin, like Carl said.
See, if the Nets don't make it, it's because they got all that stuff going on. Harden trying to roll out. KD just got hurt. Hopefully he come back healthy. And Kyrie, who knows what's gonna happen with that? They might do another shutdown, and Kyrie, who knows what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like Kyrie stuff is probably based on what the CDC doing. So when the CDC drops some news, we gotta check Kyrie IG story and see if he said anything. But I don't really know. I don't like if they healthy. I don't see it in the 7-game series.
I feel y'all, but you gotta have people like Patty Mills gotta step up. Joe Hurst gotta step up. Everybody gotta step up. They can't just beat them
Duncan
3.
Robinson gotta step up.
But they
Tyler Hero gotta step up.
Right.
They showed you that they can though in the playoffs.
You say what?
I said they showed you that they can in the playoffs. Only person over there that showed you they'll show up. Patty Mills do make big shots. I will say that.
I ain't giving you that, Devin. The only time Miami showed up was in the bubble, the open gym playoffs.
Only time, and they got swept last year.
No audience. Open.
Wait. Bam was hurt.
True.
He was. He wasn't hurt during the playoff run, though. I'm talking about during the playoff run. That's what you talking about.
No, he got hurt in the playoffs.
Last year. But no, Devin, look, I got Miami. Listen, I put on my paper if somebody's hurt, Miami can beat them. But the only take a beat on 4 strength is a Buck. I got Miami 3rd best in the East, like solidified.
And Jamo, you've been real quiet about your Philly now. What's good with them?
Because I don't think we're a legit contender. First of all,
real quiet.
Hey, look, if we want, Joe, if we want to break down the East, we can revisit all that stuff we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? We can revisit all of it, but I just don't think Philly is a legit contender to win the championship. That's just
not without Ben.
That's just what it is. I don't think. Yeah. Now, can we make some noise? Yeah, we can most definitely make some noise, but we just don't match up with nobody. We don't got enough star power.
If y'all the way y'all can get to the finals is this: y'all gonna have to avoid Brooklyn. But I think for real, if Embiid shows up,
they can't beat Milwaukee.
No, listen, Devin. Listen to what I'm saying. I was telling Jonas the other day. I said this Philly team reminds me of 6 seed Elijah Wan Houston Rockets. All right, but Embiid has to play in the playoffs. He has to. What Jamo said he was. What Jamo said he was last day I was on. Jamo said he can play like the best player in the league. Right? He said he got the potential to be the best player in the league.
Yep.
If Embiid shows out talent in the playoffs, he could pull a 6 seed Houston Rockets Elijah Wan run. If he avoids Brooklyn.
That team is as talented as that team. Then you have Drexler on that team.
No,
Drexler was there for the second one. Drexler
was there when they were better, right?
Yeah, Drexler might have been there for the lower seed.
So you had like Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell, Robert Ory,
I think.
But
yeah, that was a good team.
No, we got solid players, bro. We ain't no slouch. It's just that we don't have the second star to go with Embiid.
They could beat any team in the East, including Miami, in a 7-game series if Embiid goes off.
No.
No. Like, you can't say Miami's a done deal against the Phillies. They might be the favorites, but they ain't no done deal. Now, against the Bucks and the Nets, those are the only 2 teams you'll be like, you picking Philly? Only 2 teams you would do that probably. And
y'all boy Maxey been hooping too.
Yeah,
I know.
But they would have to
Maxey.
really bring it against Jimmy. But see, that's what I'm saying. The perimeter will really have to. Maxey will have to cook, and Tobias will have to cook. Jimmy Butler is not about to just get cooked. Now, Adebayo, whatever center, he gonna get fried. He
You
gonna
got
have
to think about Devin. Philly is a good defensive team.
We got Matisse Thybulle. Stop
Yeah,
playing.
but
Let me say this
only
though.
one person scoring.
Let me say this though.
Got
It's not going to only be one person scoring. Let me tell you, our offense is totally different without Ben. Okay, now as far as this is okay, let me say this.
Hey, we talking about Chicago. What about Chicago?
In the regular season, you said it could be anybody besides the Nets and Milwaukee. That's probably what we're talking
Chicago.
about. I think that I mean they wouldn't be favored over, but I wouldn't be surprised if we beat Chicago either. Like they don't have nothing for Embiid. So what I'm saying is,
how will we favor them
in the playoffs?
Vucevic.
I don't think we can be a much different team without Ben Simmons than we were with Ben Simmons. You get what I'm saying? See, Ben Simmons helped us tremendously running our offense and guarding the best player. Now, Matisse Thybulle is not the defender that Ben Simmons is, but he's close to it. He's right on the cusp for close to it. He's not as long, but he's an elite defender. So we could put him on the Trae Youngs, the Donovan Mitchells, or even though he in the West, or whoever it is we match up with as far as guards. And
about Chicago though, what you gonna do?
Jamo, Thybulle is elite like Ben. Ben gets more hype, and because he takes the best man. And
I think he is though, but Ben just bigger, bro. He's just a better.
He's bigger, but and also Ben is a star. So like if a star and a role player are the same defender, people gonna look at it as a star as a better defender. That is how it is.
So
Ben is a better defender. This what
I'm trying to say though. Ben Simmons kills us in the last 5 minutes of the ball game. Okay, in the fourth quarter. When we had Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons' flaws didn't stand out as much because Jimmy Butler was handling the ball in the fourth quarter. When Ben Simmons is on the floor, it's last year too. When he doesn't want to look at the basket in the fourth quarter, that takes a toll on our team, bro. You can see everybody's body language. When he at the free throw line, it is nobody over there saying, "Come on, Ben, you can knock these down." Nobody's saying that. Everybody probably like, this dude, bro. When is he gonna get his stuff together on the court? So if he's not there, and we still got that defender that he was, then maybe we can close out some of these games. So I honestly, honest to God, I feel like we can't be that much of a different playoff. In the regular season, we'll probably be much better with Ben. But in the playoffs, when the game get nip and tuck in the last 5 minutes, we better off without him on the floor, bro.
That's a fact.
We better off without him on the floor. When we lost to the Celtics 4-1, the first year Ben and Embiid got together, the only game we won is when he let TJ McConnell finish the game running the point. That's the only game we won because Ben didn't have a ball in his hands. So without the ball in Ben's hands in the end of the game, we could compete as long as the game is close.
Facts.
You know who we haven't talked about though?
The Knicks.
Knicks, and also the Cavs.
Oh yeah, they ain't.
They're not beating nobody.
I ain't gonna lie. That I want to see them play Milwaukee first round. That's gonna be a matchup for Giannis.
Bigs.
That's gonna be both of them bigs. Kevin Love. What's the other boy they got? Other young
Jared
they got
Allen
from
Brooklyn, which Brooklyn should have kept.
They got Markkanen. They long.
Yeah. They better bring it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it.
The Cavs, I'm curious to see the Cavs because the playoffs is a different game, y'all. Regular season is great, but the Cavs are great. They're one of the top 3 defensive teams in the league right now. All right, y'all. So look, this was a great show. I think this is probably one of the best shows we did so far. Great show. All right. So look, go ahead.
Oh no. You was just hyping me out. I was like, stop it.
All right. So we're gonna wrap this up, y'all. And look, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also share this with somebody because once we end this, you can run it right back and watch it again. And next week we're doing a Super Bowl special every single day from 9 to 10 p.m. Make sure y'all tune into that. And so before we leave, we're going to wrap it up and get some last words from everybody. So let's start with you, Elijah.
Last words, man. I'm excited to see what goes on in the NBA season, man. I feel like the Suns are getting royally disrespected.
Yeah.
I feel like Grizzlies can surprise people. Warriors are gonna do their thing. But in the end of it all, I feel like Brooklyn and maybe Warriors will outlast, and we'll see what happens there. But I'm excited to see what happens, man. It's gonna be an interesting playoffs, and I'm excited to be here. It was a great show. A great show.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for coming on. All right, Dev.
All right, so I'm piggybacking off Elijah. I'm excited for this season, see what's gonna happen. I'm hoping my boy Braun make the playoffs and make the finals. Not looking likely. And the biggest thing I'm looking for is the Wizards to blow up their team. You know, if anybody didn't know, I'm a Wizards fan, and it's been a struggle. So outside of that, it's been a great show, fellas, and y'all already know what it is for me. I refuse to lose.
I like that.
Jamo.
Joe, you already know it's always a pleasure being on, man. I'm also excited for the rest of the NBA season. Joel Embiid MVP. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the first to say that my man Joel Embiid MVP. He was gonna win last year, but you know what I'm saying, he got hurt, missed some games. Elijah, I remember you said this is the best NBA. He's even better this year. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say I'm predicting Stephen Curry All-Star Game MVP. He gonna finally get it. He gonna finally stop having off nights to the All-Star Game. My man Stephen Curry gonna cook. Shout out to your Knicks. Hopefully Obi Toppin win the dunk contest. That's the only excitement y'all getting this year. And thanks again, Joe, for having me on. We refuse to lose.
All right, y'all. Hey, go Kings. And listen, y'all, we command our respect. Thanks for coming on, y'all. Hey, thanks for coming on, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. We really appreciate that. If you are listening to this on you or watching this on YouTube, we would like for you to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, etc., we would like for you to follow us on those platforms. Also hit the notification button so you can be notified when we're out. And last but not least, no matter what platform you're listening to or you're watching it on, share it with someone you know, and they could be part of the movement also. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys